Hi everyone, welcome back, thank you for watching. I've just filmed this makeup look for no makeup. I'm just kidding. I've just filmed this makeup look for my sort of full-on go-to glam pin-up makeup. I don't know what I've called it, you'll know by the time this is up. This is just a makeup that I always go to if I'm going on a night out and I don't want to think about what I'm doing, because I find what takes me the longest is rifling through all my makeup to figure out what I want to use. So this is sort of a go-to makeup that I know I'll feel good in, I know it'll make me feel good because that's the most important thing, and I know that it will photograph well, I know that it will last all night, so I don't need to think too much about it, I just need to slap it on. So I hope you enjoy this and let's jump into the makeup. Prepare yourself for me with a scary up close face. Ready? Go! Okay, so I just have my hair pinned back. I've just curled it and now it's pinned back out of the way because it's crazy. So I'm starting with the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Eye Base. And I'm just using a flat brush. This is the MAC 252. And I'm just putting that all over the lid and up to the eyebrow. For some reason, even though I have dry skin all over my face, I have oily eyelids. So if I don't use a base, the eyeshadow creases. And then I'm just taking a fluffy brush. This is the MAC 224, along with my face powder, which is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light. And I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. It's just a base to blend the rest of the eyeshadows over, and it just makes it so much easier. Taking the same brush, the MAC 224, and a warm brown eyeshadow. I'm just using this shade from the Smashbox Full Exposure palette because it's easy. And I'm just going to put that in the crease. Just follow the crease of your eye and bring out a little bit on the outer corner. Just keep building that colour up. You can mix this shade along with this shade for something a little bit deeper. I know some people use tape here to get a clean line, but I don't have the patience for that. Same on the other side. Then I'm just taking a little pencil brush. This is the MAC 219, along with the darkest brown from the Smashbox Full Exposure, and I'm just going to kind of map out the shape of the eye. So starting on the outer corner, just filling that in. If you open up your eye and look straight ahead, just do a little V shape on the outer corner. This is just the shape that I like to go for. And then I'll bring that underneath the eye as well. Don't worry about it being messy at this point. Same on the other side. And then I'm just taking another fluffy brush. This is the MAC 217, and just blend. I'm trying to keep this video like professional and less rambly, in case you don't have a care in the world about what I say, you just want to see how to do this makeup. But I like the rambly ones. The rambly videos are always the ones that I watch. I'm just going to apply eyeliner now. I'm using a little thin brush. This is the MAC 210 brush. It's my favourite eyeliner brush, along with my favourite gel liner, which is the Clinique Cream Brush On Liner. I think at this point it's important to get the eyeliner on so you can just get the shape of your eye. Makes everything so much easier. Just tight lining, so this is the upper waterline. It's awful and looks awful, but it makes such a difference. I'll try and zoom you in while I do the eyeliner. Okay, so it's good to look down into a mirror. I start in the middle. And I just get the shape out to the outer corner. I get that part of it on, and then I do the wing. So for the wing, I look straight into a mirror. And I follow the shape of this part of my eye, just as pretend that's coming right out. And I sort of draw a guideline for myself. And then I look back down into the mirror and I draw it back in. And that's the easy part, because then you have to make it match on the other side. I'm happy with that. So then you can see the shape you've got, and you can go back in and add any more eyeshadow you want to do. So I just want to go in and add a little bit more depth into the crease. I'm going back in with that same 217 brush and the same 3 shades I've been using from the Smashbox Full Exposure palette. And I'll just start here from the wing, place the colour and bring it in. And I'm just going back in with a little bit of the face powder that I already used on the lid, and I'm just pressing that onto the lid again just to brighten it up. Because you don't want that to get too dark. A smaller brush would be better, but I just don't like to dirty more brushes than I need to. And sometimes I'll put glitter there or a shimmery eyeshadow. Okay, so I'm just going to apply mascara and lashes, and then I'll be right back. So I applied mascara. I used the MAC in Extreme Dimension, and then I put on some MAC eyelashes. I don't know what the number is, they might be 35s, but I reuse these cases all the time, so they might not be. They're not that great anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But while the glue is drying, let's just go into the skin. So before I started anything, I moisturised my skin really well. I always do if I'm going to use this foundation, and it makes it go on a lot smoother. So first I'm going to prime and use the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Skin Primer, and this is in the pink shade. It's just better for my skin tone. I'm just going to apply that with my fingers. Okay, so the foundation I'm going to use is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, good old Studio Fix, in the shade NW10. I originally bought this foundation because the shade is a perfect match for me, and MAC only make this shade in this foundation, but I love it. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand and I dot it where I need it first of all. So just on my cheeks where I've got a little bit of redness, on the nose, on this breakout. What is this? What is this breakout? The worst. On my chin. And just on the rest of my face. And then I've got a wet beauty blender, quite a wet one. It's not just damp, this is quite wet and they're like really big. And I just blend it into the skin. I just go back in with a second layer anywhere that I need it, and I sort of use this foundation as concealer because it's so full coverage and it's a lot more than I normally wear. I don't find that I need concealer because I'll just go back in with this. And I'm just going to use a little bit under the eyes. The same Studio Fix fluid, and I'm just using a MAC 286 fluffy brush. This is a great concealer brush. So I'm just going to set all the makeup now, and I'm just using my face powder. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I'm just going to use the Real Techniques setting brush with that and just apply it where I need it. So I've just zoomed in a little bit, and I'm going to go in on these eyebrows now. So I've got a MAC spoolie brush along with a MAC 266 brush, the Illamasqua Brow Cake in Thunder along with the MAC Pro Longwear Brow Set in Red Chestnut, and this is what I use for my brows. I like quite a bold and defined brow, but I like it still to look like an eyebrow. So first of all, I just brush through with the spoolie brush. Then I'm just taking the brush and I start in the middle. And just brush up. And that gives the most natural look. Just defining the tail. And work into the centre so that you've got the least product on the brush when you get in here. And if you go a little bit too far, just take the spoolie brush again and brush up. Same on the other side. And just set the eyebrows using that brow set. So I find that if I'm going out, I need a little bit of colour to my face other than contour. If I just contour, I find my face looks a little bit like a moon face in photos. So I'll take a big fluffy brush. This is the MAC 187 brush along with the MAC Pro Longwear eyeshadow in Uninterrupted. It's one of my favourite eyeshadows, and if you're pale, it's a great sort of adding warmth to the face colour. So I just go like this into the eyeshadow with this brush, and I just put it where you would put bronzer. It makes such a huge difference in photos. More the outside of the face rather than like high points where you would add bronzer. And then I just blend that out with the Beauty Blender. Then I'm just going in with contouring, and I'm using my good old and trusted favourite taupe blush from MAC, along with my other dear and wonderful friend, the MAC 168 brush. So I just get it on the tip of the brush and put that into the hollow of my cheekbone. I mean, this is always sort of a nighttime look for me, so you can go in on the contouring. But if I was doing this for day, then it would be completely different. Got to get that job on. And then I'm just going to take that MAC 224 I used before and a little bit of the taupe blush and just do a tiny bit of a nose contour. I've only started to do this recently, and I never used to understand why people done it if they don't have a big nose. And I know that by no means do I have a big nose, but in photos it looks amazing. So tap the brush in and then take the excess off. You need nothing on the brush, and just start here at the bridge. If you can see it, you've put too much on. And then I'll just go back in with the Beauty Blender over everything and make sure it's blended. or I also always like to go in with the Real Techniques buffing brush at the end of makeup and just buff everything in. Something that I always do is go back in and clean up the contour because it just gets a little bit messy. At the moment I'm using the MAC Mineralize foundation powder, but in the past I've used the Studio Fix powder as well, but now I like to leave it on while I'm doing the rest of the makeup. I'm just taking some of that powder on the Real Techniques setting brush that I've used before, and I'm just placing it under the contour. Obviously that looks crazy, but don't worry, we work it out. This is definitely a drag queen trick. You can add this wherever you need a little bit more coverage. My nose always gets red through my foundation, so I'm just putting a little bit there as well. A little bit of blush now, and one of my favourites that I always use with this look is MAC Warm Soul Blush, because it's shimmery, it's not too in your face with the red lip that I'm going to put on. So I'm just going to use the used and abused MAC 137 brush. And I just apply this just at the front of the contour and blend it back. I don't like to apply blush on the apples of my cheeks because when I smile I put it on, and then when I go like this the blush is there. This will probably be a long video, but this is actually like such a quick makeup for me to do. I'm just going into highlight now, and I'm going to use MAC Vanilla Pigment. And this is just a little flat paddle brush. I don't even remember where it's from, but you can get lots of brushes like this. It's just kind of fluffy and a good size. So I'm just placing the highlight where I want it. Because this is such a crazy, that looks terrible. I promise that we're going to blend it out. Because this is such a crazy highlight, I find the smaller brush is best because you don't apply too much of it. Just applying some in the inner corner of the eye. Underneath the brow bone. And a little bit on top of the brow bone. I'm just going to blend that highlight out with the Real Techniques little setting brush. And just blend away the rest of the powder. I think this might be picking up a little bit harsh, more harsh on camera, because in person I'm thinking that I could have got away with adding a little bit more. But I'll obviously take some photos and you'll see them at the end and stuff. Okay, so at this point I'll put the lip on, and then I'm just able to see if I need any more blush or anything. So for the lips, my favourite easy go-to combination is MAC Brick Lip Liner along with MAC Ruby Woo. I know it's a love or hate situation with Ruby Woo, but I absolutely love it. So I just make sure I've got nothing on my lips. And I start at the outer corner and draw round. Gives you a much better shape. I just follow my lip shape at this point and just fill in the whole lip. If you're not filling in your whole lip with lip liner at this point, then you're missing out because it's amazing. And then I'll just go back in and I'll see if there's anywhere that I want to sort of cheat the shape of my lip a little bit. So for me it's always, I want to make it more rounded on the outer corners here. And sometimes I just cheat the cupid's bow a little bit. And then I'll just apply the lipstick straight from the bullet. And then I just go in and sharpen everything up and make sure everything is okay. I think I could, now I can see that I think I could do with a little bit of a touch more colour on my cheeks. So I'm just going back in with Warm Soul. This is just a MAC 129 brush. Because I'm so fair, I do need a lot of colour in my cheeks. So here is the final look. I hope you like it. I know it's a lot of makeup, but when you're going out to celebrate and dance all night, you need a lot of makeup. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. But you know, if you apply it in the right way, it doesn't look like too much on the actual skin. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, then let me know, leave me a little comment. And I'm going to post pictures on Instagram and things. So my Instagram is jenniferthemakeupartist and my website is jenniferthemakeupartist.co.uk, and I'll pop a list of products and some more photos over there, and you can head over there if you want. If you've got any questions, just let me know. Thank you for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye!
Happened so naturally, did not know it was that. Night was warm, we were bold and young. All